Danse Kakio Nawago Magantik, Sikona Chak Siga Sudden today. This is part 2 of 4, focusing on positive vibes for the men. So this show is for the men. Danse Josh Alexis.
Hey, about Washtinah. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. I'm doing well, Sneeze. Thank you. I'm doing well today. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well. Just gonna park here so I don't break the law as I was driving.
Thank you. I'm going to tell you to pull over for a bit. No, I actually had a guest like this before, and it actually turned out all right. So, what
All right.
happened? I'll be editing this part out. Is my power went off like 2 minutes ago. So, if it
Okay.
goes off, and if you keep talking, you'll still be recording. So it'll be all right. If it looks like I'm gone, don't wait for me. Just keep talking, keep singing. Okay.
Just keep
So tell us
yapping.
about Josh. We had a yeah, we had a pretty good bio there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a bio or what. I've never written a bio. I was like, should I talk about myself in third person? Isn't somebody supposed to be talking about me? I was like Josh is from the Alexis Nakota Sioux Nation. I was like, oh, I'm talking like Smeagol or Jack Sparrow. Talk about himself. That's funny. Um, I'm 42 years old. I'm soon to be 42 years old in March here. I am from the Alexis Nakota Sioux Nation. Um, my bloodline is Wagasaskan, which means white bear. His son is Ranaji, which means standing spirit, onto Joe Alexis, onto Logan Alexis. Cameron and Kathleen are my parents, Alexis. So that's my bloodline. About myself, I guess I'm honored and happy that I get to represent Nakota People and that you've invited me to be a part of your podcast for mental health purposes, and I get to share a little bit of my story, I guess, which is always an honor. I like I said in my bio, I try to condense this. When I was younger, I've been singing all my life. I've been singing since I was a baby. My parents surrounded me in ceremony. Back where I'm from, we do ghost dance. It's called Kesami, or we do Tibitan Sundance, right? We do both. So my parents surrounded me
Mm-hmm.
around that all my life. My grandpa Logan is also a drum maker and sings. I got my uncles, everything. It's just part of me. It was always part of me. I didn't. Fortunately, I know some people come back to it and pick it up later in life, and that's a good thing. But me, I was born into it and things like that. So it's always been a part of me. And when I was younger, I kind of been singing publicly since I was about 13, 14. And like I shared my bio, I was younger. I didn't go to school. I didn't want to go to school. I wanted to be cool. I wanted to play hockey and go to round dances and things like that all the time. That was life. And then I had to. I fathered my eldest son as a teenager, and my parents raised him for me. So I hit the bush and I started working, and then I eventually had to go back to school. Right. I was
Mm-hmm.
fortunate enough to travel the world through my culture. It wasn't education or any work opportunity that got me there. It was a work opportunity, but it was culture. It was the gift of singing that got me to Universal Studios in Slough, Spain, 2002. I was part of the Pluma de Aguila World Show, and in Spain, in Slough, Spain, the Universal Studios there is more of a theme park based on world cultures, not so much the movie atmosphere, but their vibe there is mostly world cultures, Polynesians and the Chinese culture, the mariachis from Mexico and stuff like that. Of course, they had a Wild West show, so if you have cowboys, you gotta have Indians. That's the reason we were there, right? But we
Yeah.
were doing mostly singing and dancing, and I was very fortunate to be part of that group. There was a lot of us from. There's a few of us from Alberta. Leo Latendre from Alberta. Dallas Arcan. Everybody knows Dallas Arcan. Dallas Arcan. Myself from Arizona. We had Bo Coinva from Big Pine, California. Sage Romero. From Saskatchewan, we had Carry the Kettle. We had William Kennedy. We had from White Bear. We had Charles Big Eagle. And then we had Muskeg Lake Cree Nation. A good friend of mine, Cal Arcan. And then we
Oh yeah.
had everyone knows Cal. And then he's cool. He's one of my best friends. And then we had a gentleman from Montana. He's still in Europe doing his. He's still doing these things. Kendall Old Elk from Crow Nation. So
Okay.
that was a bit of that, and then I came home like I was telling you in my bio. I didn't trying to make it as quick as I can. I was such a high. I got to travel the world, and they pay for your apartments, your airfare. They give you a Visa card. They give you a cell phone. They give you everything and anything. We had beach property. I mean, who you don't get that. You don't get that as First Nation people. We were really treated like celebrities there. We had our own stage managers, our own dressing rooms, our own everything. We got to rub elbows with all the important people. Back here in Canada, well, I hate to use this word, but it was just another Indian. So
Mm-hmm.
there, I felt like I was on top of the world. And when I came home after my first after my first European tour, um, I was in a car wash. It was like, geez, I have to work in a car wash. It sucked. It really sucked. I depleted all the savings I had that year, and being a young man, just hanging out and spending my money, and then I had to work in a car wash. It was at that point I realized I didn't. It changed my world. My world has changed. I experienced life. I've experienced the world. I realized how small our nations really are in the bigger picture of the world. So I wanted to experience life again. So I forced myself to go back to basic adult upgrading, and then from there I took a university entrance program, and then
Mm-hmm.
I bounced back to Europe. I ended up going back to the dance troupe, and we toured northern and central Italy because our contract didn't get renewed. So I got to be a carny again and travel the world again, and I got to experience that kind of stuff. And then I came home again, and when I came home, I started a forestry business because, like I told you, I was in the bush ever since I was 18. I was actually in the bush prior to that, just doing things like hunting and medicine picking and things like that all the time. But actually working in the bush since I was 18. Different time, different era. So much simpler then. And then
Mm-hmm.
I basically started a forestry business because I had a good name for myself. I basically did all the dangerous jobs that nobody wanted to do. I was the crazy Indian that just walked in the bush without fear and did all these things. So because I did that stuff, I made a name for myself, and forest companies wanted to hire me, stuff like that, and that's what I started doing. So I became a small business owner and an entrepreneur at that time in my life. So already I wore two hats at a young age. At that time, I was a professional entertainer, now a business owner. I became business owners with my parents because I used their house as equity for my business loan. So I had to be busy. If I wasn't busy, they were going to lose their home, right? So I had to stay busy. So I always had to stay successful because if I failed, my parents were going to lose their home. So I had motivation to do those things. And then shortly after that, my dad was elected in as our nation's chief. And because he was my business partner, he didn't want the conflict of interest talk and things like that. So I had to shut my business down regretfully. And then I was a little bit salty at my dad that time. I was like, geez, I would have had maybe an acreage, a house, and all these things by then. So I forced myself to go back to school. I went to Portage College in Lac La Biche, and I graduated from a forestry technology, the forest technician program there, and then took some basic intermediate forest sciences and stuff like that. And then I kind of hit the ground running again, and I came back to a wood products industry in Whitecourt, Alberta. Worked there for 2 years. Then I bounced back to a coal mine in Hinton area. I was the first Aboriginal liaison slash environmental monitor there and things like that. But I kind of had some health issues, so that came to a close, right? Then I ended up, then I ended up a capacity development officer at Treaty 6 because of my work experiences and my knowledge in our customs protocols and things like that in traditional areas, territories. So I kind of became a little bit of a subject matter expert. And then I got to learn lots of things being surrounded by 17 chiefs, including a grand chief, a CEO, and of course my own boss, right, who was the consultation officer. So I learned lots, and then I became a elected official for 4 years, and then now I'm at a different place in my life, and who knows where I'm going to go next, right? That's my professional. Like I said, I've worn many hats, and of course, I've sat on various boards over the years and things like that too. So at a young age,
So
from a very young age to today, I've done a lot. So
sounds
that's
like
what it really.
you've been very busy, and amidst all of this, like you mentioned earlier, that you were singing powwow in Europe, in Italy. Do you? I would like to ask you to sing for us right now.
Okay, sure. I was thinking, what should I sing? What would be a good song?
I
But
don't know. You
what?
could sing
I'd like to share a little bit of
anything
my
you
singing.
want.
Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, Just a happy energy song for everybody. I started a positive vibe groups on. I started. I was supposed to. I seen some of your guests are going to be Alan Bonays and Mark Longjohn. And just a quick,
Mm-hmm.
real quick, One Fire Singers have been part of the One Young Scouts projects, and Young Scouts have been
Mm-hmm.
part of the One Fire project. So those two are my good friends already. So I was happy to hear that they're on.
Okay.
They're going to be on your podcast. And saying that, One Fire Singers has been is what we were supposed to do. The One Fire group page that I have was only a 67 member group in November. It was just me, just to network with the bros. But we were supposed to do a fourth and final One Fire project in November, but due to COVID restrictions, we shut that down. So then I told everybody I just want to keep singing and sharing songs and things like that. And I talked with various singers, including Mark and Alan, Shane Red Star, Rocky Morn, Terry Pascaman, and others, and they encouraged me to do this. So then I started sharing songs and adding more people, and then the One Fire Singers group became a bigger thing, and I just wanted to share good vibes and positive vibes with people all winter. So I made a commitment to do it all winter, just like a round dance, and to find different styles of singers and different vibes, including younger singers, female singers, different cultures, just to share drum spirit and song with people, just to get us through the winter. I made a commitment to do that till spring. So I do believe spring is March 20th. So I lived up to my commitment, and we're just about there. And I think a lot of people have enjoyed it. So now the group is like 1,600 people, and it's probably going to grow. But I think I've did my part in the bigger picture to help people feel good. So that's something I'm proud of today.
Awesome. You have 3 minutes to go with this 15-minute pop up here on the Spring Spirit podcast. Spring Spirit podcast is rebranding.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned for those changes in the future. One Fire Singer's Positive Vibes actually was a lot of the inspiration behind these 15-minute pop ups.
Wow, thank you.
Tell us, yeah. I thought, we need to think about our men. We need to think about our men through this pandemic. And we do know that our singers are on the road. We're on the road. Families are on the road, dancing and singing and visiting. And it's just not happening or in the way that it used to. So
Oh.
please send some positive vibes to the singers out there.
I have to thank you, Spring Spirit, and other people that have other social media platforms. On the bigger picture of things, we're all doing something to make people feel better for mental health, right? Because your mental health is four things: it's your spirit, it's your mind, your body, your emotions, your spirit. They all work together, and all of us, by sharing these things, including yourself, we're all doing something to help people feel better, and we're collectively doing this. So I wouldn't be able to do this if the singers didn't say yes and want to sing either, right? They could easily say no, but they like to sing, so they share that spirit. Other people catch that spirit, and the spirit is already itself is. I don't own that spirit. People are sharing their spirit with us. All I'm doing is
Mm-hmm.
just channeling it to other people, the energy of it, and I'm glad that you
Mm-hmm.
found it because I believe in looking after your mind too. Your mind works with your body and your heart, and everything works well. They all work well together, and if you foster one, you got to foster the four, right? So they all work
Right.
together. And in terms of men's mental health, I think there's a stigma in amongst men that we don't have to look after our mental and emotional health, but I do it all the time, and I encourage people to do it, and I'm not scared to break that stigma of toxic masculinity. So I tell people I love them all the time. I tell people I care about them all the time. I encourage people to stay sober and help others and take care of others, and I believe that I believe that good things come when in different times, and they're just meant to happen when they're happening. So for some reason, positive vibes just seem to fall in my lap, and it just seemed to channel itself through me, and then other people get to enjoy it. And if you're enjoying it, I'm enjoying it, and if it helps people feel good, well, then I've done my job, and maybe the creator will bless me with some blessings in the future, right? That's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You said a quote in the past. You're doing creators work, and I truly believe that with you and the singing and all of the singers that are out there right now, truly doing
Yes,
the creators work.
I believe everybody is too. I watch Fawn and Dallas's page. I watch the Northern Cree page. There's the one kid that I really love watching. This young man is Vincent Short from Montana. Um, he has
Mm-hmm.
his own virtual round dance and powwow page, and that kid is phenomenal. Me and my parents we watch him because we just love his style too and his energy. And there's
Mm-hmm.
so many of these platforms, like you said yourself. Um, we're all on a big picture. We're all helping each other get through something. You know what I mean? People get to share their
Mm-hmm.
songs and things like that. But I also on the One Fire platform, I promote indigenous businesses, friends that own t-shirts, apparel companies. I promote
Mm-hmm.
people that own like Indigenous Grill out in Enoch. I promote
Mm-hmm.
their food. I promote the Tribe Life apparel. I've Nomadic apparel, Styles Inc apparel, and one of my friends has Smudge the Blades. So I also do my best to promote our people as best as I can, because in the bigger picture of things, if they get to sell their products, they get to feed themselves and their family during these COVID times too, right? So I'm always about helping our people and improving our people, no matter if I'm elected capacity or if I'm whatever. I just believe it's my journey to help people, and that's what I do, right? And with positive vibes, I believe I like to encourage young people all the time to keep singing, because if you don't success people and teach them, something will stop, right? So that's another reason why I'm always bringing up and coming singers. So it's just
Hi,
my life
hi.
story. So thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
inviting me
joining
to be
us
on your
tonight.
show. Thank you, I
Hi, hi.
appreciate it.
Have a good
We'll catch
evening.
each other later. Take care, peace.